Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Sorry, I feel like I'm spitting and yelling. It's like, hi, I'm back. It might not seem like it because last week there were videos coming out, but they were pre-recorded because it did go away for a week to have some fun in the sun with my son, and it kind of turned out more like fun in the rain. But anyways, here I am with you, Sagittarius, ready to do a reading for you. So Sag, we're going to look at the current and future archetypal energy of yourself right now. We're going to delve into the things that you've been working on currently, what you've been healing, what's getting ready to blossom for you in the present moment. In the future, we're going to look more deeply into what you will finish working on, what will be healed, and what will be ready for you to harvest. Are you ready, Sag? All right. So it is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended reading. In the extended, we look at the in-between energy of your current and your future, and we look at personal challenges, distractions to be aware of, and areas of your life to focus on to get you into that future energy, to help you meet a greater success. The link to that reading is at the top of the description within this video. All right, Sagittarius. I just think it's kind of lucky. Like, I just find when I come off like vacation, I feel like really fresh and open. I don't know why. I feel like there's something heavy here to deliver, but I don't. I'm not sure what's coming. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe you've been dealing with something heavy. I kind of feel that. I've been dealing with something heavy. Okay, let's see. Sagittarius. Currently, the archetypal energy that we have for you is Goddess, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Wow, this is like you and all your beautiful divine feminine energy. Being very expressive, but almost like taking all the wisdom. Sagittarius being aware, very wise. I'm probably the smartest of all the fire signs. Yeah, all the Sagittariuses I know become like doctors and lawyers and like really intellectual type things. So you're taking that, but you're kind of really, you're using it in a very sensual, earthly manner. Like this, when I say earthly, it is sort of like Empress energy, goddess energy. It says right here, goddess. What do you got in the future? In the future, you have the Messiah. Light attributes, serving humanity with humility. Wow. It's almost taking like a sensual side of yourself that you have right now, that you're developing and growing, and you're turning it into a very, very spiritual element. And serving with that. It's almost like you're gathering all the wisdom and knowledge and ingredients and flavors of life right now. And in the future, you're about to kind of put those together and make a recipe and serve it up to the masses. We're going to keep going with this. We're going to keep developing this. What's at the bottom? Dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alert you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So I feel like you're kind of pulling away from anything that is too structured, perhaps. A little more flexibility you brought into your life. A little more sensuality, being driven by your own life force here. We're going into my puppy's oracle here. They're going to give us a little card that kind of goes with these. So it might be an energy that's influencing what you have, or highlighting that. But I find doggy wisdom, I think that's what it's called, dog wisdom oracle. They're so smart. You can't hide anything from a dog. They see right through you. Be positive. Look at that. So that's what you have right now. So maybe there are perhaps some negative forces, or there have been some negative forces around you, and you're trying to look at the brighter side of, or at least what you can control, what you have control in, and noticing what you have control is mostly within yourself and of yourself here. In the future, you have eagerness. I've never seen this card before. I love this angle. The dog's head is so huge. The body at the bottom. It's the angle. So, boy, you are going to be real eager to share what it is that you have really wanting to serve humanity. Oh, it's so cute. But it's almost like receiving the reward in this. I just see this dog as almost like this is if you had a pet and you're about to give them a treat. This is it's almost as if it could be a treat for you to be able to serve in this manner. Very eager to do this. Oh, fun, yes. Fun and loneliness and sadness and happiness. Like, it goes on and on. That's such an interesting combination. Fun, loneliness, sadness, and happiness. Talk about like an alchemization of different elements of, well, yeah, I guess they're all, I want to say they're all related to emotion. Because loneliness, I think, is an emotion, wherein being alone is just a state of existence. Like, you know, there's no one around. I'm alone right now. But fun. I feel like there's a reading in this. So I'm going to show you. Fun. Loneliness. Sadness. And happiness. It's almost like ups and downs in life. Like maybe, because, okay, we have loneliness and sadness sitting in the middle, bookended by fun and happiness. So this is almost like a discovery of what brings you happiness. But first you have to go through loneliness and sadness to find it. Seems pretty logical in a way, really. Because fun, there's something to play with here. This is one of the few cards, to be honest, where I see something else in the, is it the only card? I think this might be the only card where there's something, something else in the picture with the dog. I mean, well, yeah, there's other dogs with them sometimes, but there's, yeah, it looks like this is the only one where there's something here, like something that is fun to do. When you run out of that, or when that goes away, or that's taken away, or you have to move away from it, what that second element is in your life, it's almost as if loneliness and sadness can slip in here. But I feel like they're slipping in to help you discover what true happiness is, right? Like things outside of you that can kind of be fun. They can be friendships, they can be people, they can be experiences. I don't know. It could be a camera, a set of golf clubs. It could be taking your dog for a walk. It's something that's not just you, something you can utilize and get an experience out of. But when that's gone and it's not available to you, then we kind of get this loneliness and this sadness. But on the other side of that is happiness. It's almost like realizing, I don't need that to be happy. But you have to fight through. Maybe it's a little bit like going cold turkey on something. We noticed when we went up north, I went with my friend and her husband and their 2 kids. We had a lot of rainy days and there was no internet. So it was kind of like cold turkey with the kids for internet. They had a few electronic devices. My son was doing like digital artwork and things like that. But they started to get a little weird and edgy. I think that's when we took them swimming when it was 9 degrees Celsius. And it was like that feeling of, you know, there was only, they could take themselves for so long, and then they seemed to be having a problem. So we thought, okay, well, let's introduce some sort of distraction. But I feel like the loneliness and the sadness almost serve as a distraction to make you more aware of something or a state of mind, being able to transfer your state of mind on your own here. That's a really interesting underline. I haven't really touched much on the underlying cards lately. That one was really powerful. Okay, I'm going to pull out the tarot and keep developing this this energy reading for you. For Sagittarius. What have you been working on? What have you been healing? What is starting to blossom? What you've been working on is the Nine of Cups. This is like your own sovereignty and happiness. Be positive, right? Be positive is sitting here. What have you been healing? It's the Five of Cups. So it's disappointment in things. Things that have left you feeling disappointed. What is starting to blossom is the Two of Cups. What an interesting reading, Sagittarius. Because when you have a real cup to offer, there's happiness based on nothing else except what's going on inside, regardless of any distractions that may or may not be around you. You have a cup that's worthy. And finding another cup that is also worthy of friendship, love, companionship, whatever that may be. I mean, I just keep going back here. This is like the void, maybe the void that other friends have filled in your life, other partners, and that toy, that void is taken away and you're left sitting in here. But it reminds me of a kid. Like they say, boredom is good for kids. They need to hit boredom. We all need to be able to know how to move ourselves past that, how to find something to entertain ourselves, to not always be entertained or expect things around us to do that. That's so true about emotions as well. So in the future, what will you finish working on? Justice. You have the Justice card. That's pretty major arcana, what you're going to finish working on. What will be healed? The Ten of Pentacles. What will be ready to harvest for you? The Eight of Pentacles. The Sun is at the bottom, and then that's it. Happy days ahead. Okay, so in the future here, what will you finish working on? You have Justice. So some sort of resolutions about something, a solution that you've been working on is going to be resolved. This could have some sort of a legal ramification. It could just have something to do with friendships and partnerships and how you see them and how they're balanced in your life. What will be healed for you is the Ten of Pentacles. This to me, well, with the Eight of Pentacles sitting beside it, it feels like either your home or your work or both. Like how you live in that space is going to be healed. How you function in that space is going to be healed. And what's ready to harvest, I feel like, is putting the work in. Is feeling like you've got something to put in of yourself, but it feels like it's something different than what you had before. I kind of feel like with this Goddess card and the Be Positive too, that it's finding the beauty within yourself that maybe you did not see as positive traits in the past. And I want to say that other people probably see this as beautiful things. But for whatever reason, it's almost like I feel like these things stuck out to you about yourself. But you're finding the positive in this. You're almost finding the positive. And I don't want to say in negative aspects of you. I think it's things that you maybe saw as negative or you weren't happy with. You're finding positive, like it's really exploring this, what brings me happiness, and touching on some really intimate aspects of yourself doing that exploration. The cards are so clear here. I'm really curious about this eagerness in the Messiah. It's just like really, it feels like once you put aside, come to terms with things about yourself that maybe you did not see in the most positive light in the past, that once you really move past that, you just realize how much you have to offer to humanity. And that you become really eager to share this. If I was going to give a report card to any of the signs, well, it's a Sagittarius. I have to say, out of, because I just feel like I've been through a lot with you guys. You have not had the easiest readings, at least on my channel, the last few months. And some of your extendeds were downright hard. Like really, and I even felt like I had to come in a little hard with you guys because of the cards and the messages, like really looking at stuff. But I gotta say, like, I think your last reading was really, really good. And you are just showing up again and again, Sagittarius. Like really evolving emotionally and spiritually here. All right, what have you been working on is the Nine of Cups, the Four of Wands, and Temperance. There you are. Your celebration, your internal celebration. Alchemizing your emotions, but giving it time to happen. Yeah, wow. What have you been healing is the Five of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Hermit, all the internal conflict within you. If nobody has been seeing Sagittarius for a while, well, they've been busy. They've been busy like becoming the best person they can. Through even perhaps some of the more difficult situations that you could have had. It does feel like these difficult things, though, took place to allow you to see yourself more clearly, more holistically, more naturally, more forgiving of yourself. And your Two of Cups is ready to blossom. What is starting to blossom? Oh my gosh, look at that. The Devil and the Star. Turning emotions, situations, and feelings that have made you feel trapped, manipulated, confined in the past, and owning that bitch. Like, owning that with the Star. Like, this is like, no, I am not a slave to the containment that a lot of the earthly energy describes me as. I am more than that. I am not only able to manifest with what I feel pushed to. I can create my own destiny here with the Star card. And to any relationships in the past that have been toxic or felt toxic, like healing that. If you're not healing the relationships themselves, like if it's not mutual, but it would seem like it would be with the Two of Cups. It's definitely from your end, like you're good. You're really good with it. So it's almost that energy of letting bygones be bygones. I'm getting like a real strong self-awareness is kind of what I feel like is coming through these cards. A real strong self-awareness. So what are you going to finish working on here in the future is the Justice card. Look at this. The Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Wow. I thought, like, there was a feeling of heaviness just before I came into the reading. But I feel like this is what you're putting past you, what you're putting behind you. So no longer will you feel left out in the cold. No longer will there be conflict between your mind and your heart. I see alignment here in these energies for you. Finding justice. Oh, I'm hearing, like knowing your justice. Knowing that justice can never really be stolen from you. What will be healed is the Ten of Pentacles. The Three of Wands and the Death card. It's almost like you're looking for some sort of an ending, for a rebirth to begin. Yeah, I want to say that because what you've been healing is the Five of Cups. So there's a disappointment here. There's a sense of loss. And then in the future, what will be healed is what feels like it has a strong attachment to your security, your foundation, your life around you, the physical parts of your life around you. But you're watching and waiting for some sort of an ending, I feel, so you can have a rebirth. I don't know what the rebirth is here, but I think it has something to do with the Eight of Pentacles. Being able to put your focus in where you want your focus as well, because this is what's getting ready to harvest for you in the future. So this Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, there's a lot of mystery there. The Seven of Cups and the Moon is getting ready to harvest. If you're getting ready to harvest that, I feel like you're getting ready to, and I don't just mean like emotionally, but I feel like through a sense of process, getting ready to put the work in on a very self-aware level here of what your choices are and all of the unknown in front of you. This doesn't feel like confusing and like foggy or fear-based, because, and I think it has to do with this over here, like what is starting to blossom, the Two of Cups, the Devil and the Star. Like there's all that healing. It's a little bit like walking into the depths of the unknown and having no idea what the possibilities are for you is more actually becoming exciting as opposed to confining and driving your fears. I really want to look at this. It's so cute. So the Messiah and the eagerness. The Lovers, the Page of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Well, the Two of Swords is interesting, isn't it? Choices. So there's almost like the energy of choices on either side here. Because the Swords, Two of Swords is indecision. There's some sort of indecision. The Lovers is about having a choice, making a choice. The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups sits between choice and indecision. So what will the choice be? It's a choice that comes from your heart. That's what I see in the future here. But it's very simple. It doesn't feel like there's any strings tied to it. The Goddess and be positive. Goddess and be positive. There's that damn Nine of Cups again. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, I really feel like that this is an interesting message about, you know, perhaps things that you thought were negative about you is finding the positive in it, seeing the positive in it, feeling it, and believing in the positive aspects of you. And it's, I feel like it's a big, a big confidence booster. But it's built on like a real stable foundation here. To move past loneliness and sadness to find happiness. I want to say that feels like an unbreakable happiness. It's a little bit too, you know, I said that it felt kind of heavy going into this reading. Because sometimes I think too, people that have been through some of the hardest things, almost like a, I want to say a Weeble Wobble. Did you guys have those dolls when you were kids, a Weeble Wobble? They called them that. It was just like, you push it and it only came back. You push it, it always came back up. It always came back up. And there's points where, if you've lived a life where you haven't had to struggle or get yourself back up, brush the dust off over and over again, where you may not become resilient. It's almost like that birch tree. Like you're flexible enough that you've learned, you know what, this storm will pass. I will rise up again. You get covered in ice and snow. The winds blow you down. This storm will pass. I will rise up again. So I kind of feel like you've hit a really strong point with that, or you're about to. Look at the underline here. The Two of Cups again. The Nine of Wands. It's been a long, hard journey. There's been a lot of big disruption in your life, or at least one or two major points. The Ace of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Like, look what sits behind that. It's like what destroys... The destruction of the Roman Empire paves way for your new future. And if the Roman Empire was what you always knew and it's gone, it's moving past that sense of, well, where is everything that I knew? Being like completely on your own and going through loneliness and sadness and finding happiness at the other end. This is a really cool reading, Sagittarius. I almost feel like emotional for you. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to, I just can't get over that dog. I said it before in some of the other readings. I find these cards a little distracting because they're so cute. And come on, look at this little guy. He's so chubby. I just want to squeeze him and hug him and cuddle him and kiss him and not make him lonely anymore. All right, Sag, I'm going to do the extended. I'm going to look at the energy in between your current and your future. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.